All right, this is the final video or final part of this project. This is Tetrapack Drypoint Intaglio Printing with watercolor paint from a tube instead of ink. And this is the leftover paint from the plate after I ran it 3 times. And I can keep working on it to keep producing prints. In the meantime, I'm gonna set it down so I can show you what the prints look like. I printed these on a handmade paper that I made with recycled paper and cotton pulp that I created from upcycled fabric. That's a process that I will share in another video, but meanwhile, it worked out really nicely. It is like a grayish white, I would say maybe like a creamy gray color, and it turned out okay with this. This is the first print that came out of that plate right here. This is the first print, and usually this is my experience that the very first print tends to be the most saturated with color. It tends to grab all of the surface paint first. Then I did not touch up the plate at all. I just ran it for the second time. Same paper with whatever it was left over. And that's the second print. That's the second print. Then I did a third one, or a ghost print, with whatever left over. And again, I did not touch up the plate. And this is what I got. It is lovely. Actually, I like all of them, but very interesting that on this one, you do not see the creases and the wrinkles of the Tetra Pak as much, possibly because the pressure of the press has flattened it. I actually created that curved edge on purpose. That's something I wanted. And also, I am using a craft press, and I am using a craft press. I'm not using a regular printing press. So I actually use newsprint, or I would say phone book pages, and felt to create the pressure, to add more cushion to my plates so that I can create the pressure. So these are the final prints from that plate, and I just wanted to show you what they look like. Obviously, the first one was able to capture the different colors I added. I added actually 4 colors. The purple as a base, a little bit of brown in some areas, a little bit of red on the lips, green on the leaves. And in the future, I think I would play with it and sort of add more layers, or more colorful layers, and more layers of the same color to saturate the watercolor so that the green can be darker or stronger. In this case, I do like the watercolor effect a lot and the subtle tones on this one, but just for my curiosity, I do want to in the future try something darker and more saturated, more vibrant with color, and see if it would translate, and maybe experiment with different papers to see if the paper would take the colors differently. And papers do absorb the colors differently and show the colors differently, obviously. However, this one that did not show the green and the red and the brown, that has more subtle purples, it has a beautiful watercolor effect. I think that I like all of them, but this one seems to be my favorite, and I am really happy that it captured the dark purple lines, the medium tones, and some very subtle light lavender purples too, um, making it its own. In reality, I really like this piece a lot. I think that it is actually my favorite. But they all have their own unique qualities, and I think that they all show different strengths and different aspects that I could explore a little bit farther with this plate. And this is again the master plate, and it has right now the leftover paint or stain from the watercolor. And that's what I like about the Tetra Pak. Now, next time I use this plate, because I've done this in the past, I know already that as I play with the colors and I add, whether if I add the same colors to it or something else, I know that some of these is going to show up and blend very nicely with whatever new I add to it, creating a piece of its own and something completely new and beautiful. Because I have done it before, I already know what to expect. And perhaps I can explore that in a different video and show you another time. Or maybe when I rework this plate, I can show you with a different video series of what happens when you are running the plate for the second time and adding more color to it and or different colors to it, and how does that print. That will be something really interesting to explore, and once I do, I will share it with you. Thanks for watching.